we do the gel coat repair, I'm not just gonna work off of what I ground out. So because the pools are so shiny and lovely, the smoothness, the shininess is actually gonna prevent it from bonding. And then you're gonna end up with this like funny shiny ring around your repair that'll never go away. So I like to come in and I prep the whole surface that I'm gonna brush onto. I'm currently using 120 grit. You can do that up to 320, you get a mechanical bond. So all you do is you soften the edges. You don't wanna just brush material into the chip. You wanna come in and sand it a little bit. It'll give you better adhesion. It's gonna give you a better product at the end. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it with my putty knife. But yeah, the dollar store brushes are totally sufficient because you don't need to clean them. You just throw them out. So you can get, you know, it shrinks, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so generally I'm gonna put on 2 or 3 layers before I sand it. And if you work really fast, you can heat this up and use this same pot of material. You can keep using the material as long as it's wet. It goes through 2 stages when it's curing. It goes through a gel phase and then it cures. So when it gels, it'll kind of warm up and it gets like gummy. You gotta stop working with it at that point. It's just gonna tear off.
When it's jello, you can't use it anymore?
Yeah, when it turns to jello.
Okay.
Now, what's really cool about when it gels is that you can shape it at that point. So if you have a straight razor, you can trim it with a straight razor.
Okay.
And you don't have to sand it so much. I'm gonna leave this. You can see it's still quite low in the middle. And so we're gonna wait for that to cure and we're gonna layer more material on top. This material is pre-waxed, so you do wanna make sure that you have sanded it. Much thicker than paint. So this is just a razor. I'm gonna come in and try to trim my glass edges. You can do this with an X-Acto knife. Less sanding. Everybody hates sanding, yeah. So you're gonna sand it, you shape it. Shaping sanding you do with 40 grit, 80 grit, 120 grit. Once you're done, once you have the right shape, then you're gonna make it pretty. You're gonna do 220, 320, and then you're done. You're gonna buff it. You don't have a buffer, you gotta go all the way up to 2000 grit, but hopefully you have a buffer. But gel coat, you could just be really, really rough with it with the buffer. Don't light it on fire and don't burn it. The trick that I tell my trainees is always touch the pool. If it feels hot, you're good. If it's in the sun, you're fine. But if it doesn't feel hot, you warm it up just a little bit until it feels warm and you leave it alone. Give it 10 minutes, it'll cure. Once it cures, then you can sand. I just wanted to see if I could stick down the little fluffies. They're not going so far into the curing process. I was very fortunate early in my career that I apprenticed under someone. Yeah, when I was 19, I worked for a man who had been in fiberglass since 1965. So he had like 40 years of experience. So I was really... I cut a hole in the stairs and then I make a backer plate and pull it. Okay, so I'm gonna paint this on epoxy repair over top and then we just paint it. So now, because I'm rushing, this isn't my top quality.
Yeah.
So you can see there's some porosity at the top and you can fully see that we're gonna have problems with the strand crowd, but like this is, when I sand this, there's gonna be fiberglass visible, so we'll have to shape it and then coat it, which is, you know, it's just an extra step. So if I had shaped it more thoroughly before I coated it, I wouldn't have to do this step. But this is like, you know, you're rushing, you're high. So it's like you'll make it harder on yourself.
So again, this is number 40.
I'm gonna have to put this up. I'm probably gonna need to do it twice.